great ones can inspire a reaction like this, and Roberto Duran is one of boxing's greats. For more than 20 years, his fans have filled arenas to cheer for the man with the hands of stone. Duran has rewarded his followers by giving them some of the most exciting moments in ring history. En route to his 3 world championships, this living legend dominated the lightweight ranks. Even his one-time nemesis, Esteban de Jesus, would fall victim to the hands of stone. For Duran, his 2nd world title might still be the sweetest. He's the only man ever to beat Sugar Ray Leonard. Duran's 3rd title resurrected his career and ruined Davey Moore. A 4th world championship eluded Duran in 1983. After going the distance with middleweight king Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Duran was still hungry for more. But now, after 2 decades, is the fire that burns in Duran hot enough to forge one more championship?
And new middleweight champion of the world, Iran, Barkley.
Iran Barkley's climb to the top of the middleweight division has been anything but easy. In 1986, Barkley became a serious contender when he slashed his way to a decision win over #1 contender James the Heat Kinchin. One year later, the Blade was fighting WBA champion Sambu Kalambe for the title. Barkley took Kalambe the distance, but he couldn't take the title. Once again, Barkley needed to beat a top contender to get a chance at the crown. And again, he responded to the challenge. Barkley knocked out Michael Olajide and moved back into title contention. Last June, Iran Barkley got his 2nd chance at the championship. After being cut and battered by Thomas Hearns, the Blade rallied to upset the champion. This dramatic turnaround proved Barkley not only had a champion's heart, he also had a champion's will to win.
Tommy was a great fighter, you know, and
The next legend to face Barkley will be Roberto Duran.
My ultimate point in my life right now is finishing off these legends. That's my ultimate point.
This title defense is a personal matter for Barkley. Duran savaged Barkley's close friend Davey Moore to win the WBA junior middleweight title. He wants dearly to make Duran pay for what he did that night in Madison Square Garden.
This weight division. The tale of the tape, Gil, we take a look at the fact that Iran Barkley much taller and a big reach, but he doesn't fight like a fighter that way.
Well, the thing is that Roberto Duran can take advantage of the fact that he's the shorter guy. In and out, get inside, get underneath Barkley's punches, throw the combinations, and get back out.
All right, let's take a look at the WBC rules. They will change a bit for this fight. 10-point scoring system. The fight is scored by 3 judges. 3 knockdown rule in effect. That is the same as the New Jersey. They adopted it. No standing 8 count. fighter cannot be saved by the bell, even in the last round, and only the referee can stop this fight. We're ready. The WBC Middleweight Championship. Iran Barkley and Roberto Duran. Let's go to Michael.
Panama City in Panama. As a professional, he's 84-7, 61 KOs. He's the former lightweight champion of the world, the former welterweight champion of the world, the former junior middleweight champion of the world. Señores y señoras, los manos de piedras, Roberto Duran. And fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with red trim, he weighs an even 159 pounds. He's from the Bronx in New York City. His professional record, 25-4, 16 KOs. He won the championship with a sensational knockout of Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Ladies and gentlemen, the WBC middleweight champion of the world, Iran the Blade Barkley.
Come on, shake hands. Come on, let's shake hands. Let's go. All right, let's go.
So Duran try and win his 4th title, and to see if Iran the Blade Barkley can defend his WBC crown the first time. And Gil, we expect Barkley to be very aggressive early, and it looks like he is.
And Roberto Duran is going to have to make Barkley miss and counter and move. And that may be easier said than done.
Iran Barkley at 28 has never been thought of as a great ring technician, but he probably has better skills than people are willing to give him credit for. He certainly has power, and that's what he hopes will be useful to him tonight against Duran, a man who, after all, still is coming up from 135 pounds when he started.
2 good left hooks by Barkley. And you have to remember, Al, that the Roberto Duran hands of stone has never shown that much power as a middleweight up to this point. Great defensive fighter, though. Here's those combinations by Duran.
Well, the feeling is Barkley, the 28-year-old from the Bronx, who beat Thomas. Oh, big right hand, staggers Barkley.
Barkley is hurt. He is hurt, no question about that. We mentioned the fact that Duran has not shown punching power as a middleweight, and there it was.
A big right hand. Here it is, the right hand.
Slips the punch. Right hand right over that left hand of Barkley. What a beautiful move. That's what we said he has to do. He has to make Barkley
trying to hang on to his WBC middleweight title. He felt the power of Duran in the first round. And in round 2.
We talked about the emotion of Barkley, how he wanted to get even for his friend Davey Moore. But he is fighting a control.
Since Duran lost to Sugar Ray Leonard in 1980, his total record is 12-7. So he has not been real effective in a lot of big title matches in recent years. But he's off to a good start in this one. Good right hand by Barkley, but it does not move Duran back. This one will be warfare.
Good body punches by Barkley, and there's another one. Little short left hook by Roberto.
You can see the fire of Iran Barkley coming out now, but Duran not backing up. Terrific body shots by Barkley. My, is he going downstairs well. Halfway through round 2, and this fight is all that it was billed as. Duran going downstairs.
Barkley's landing those body shots every time he gets a chance. He drops one down in that body.
So far, that's probably the major story other than the right hand by Duran, because in a couple of rounds, those body shots would take a big toll on the 37-year-old body of Duran, no matter what his weight.
Duran is looking to throw that right hand over that left hand of Barkley's again, though.
And you know what? Iran Barkley doing a better job of covering up on the inside than some people are used to seeing from him. He's using his strength to push Duran back. Excellent uppercut by Barkley. Overhand right, but the left hook gets there by Duran. And a right hand by Roberto.
Took a lot of body punishment this round, though, Al.
been a good round for Barkley to this point, though Duran is landing his share also right now. Barkley slips the right hand.
Duran's mouth is now wide open. It's only the second round now.
It is scheduled for 12, but at this pace, could it go that long? Joe Cortez looking very carefully in to make sure. Well, that'll do it. Duran as we head into the third. It's power and his courage, but he's showing us more of the boxing skills tonight.
And you can also watch Barkley do a stutter step with his feet. He's feinting with his feet. There's that right hand again. But Barkley answered with a good short left.
By knockout in a wild affair. And Hearn certainly punished him, but he comes back when he's hurt. And you see it here.
And you know, you mentioned
round to which the pace has slowed just a bit, but not much. And it needed to for both fighters' sakes.
Good jab by Roberto Duran.
Probably his best jab of the fight so far.
What a man this Roberto Duran is.
He's in against a guy who physically is much stronger than him.
You know, even against the big middleweight, Barkley just looks so big. He looks like a light heavyweight.
He really does. And that power has helped him in most middleweight fights. Master boxer Sambu Kalambai thwarted his efforts to win a title before.
Body shots again by Barkley.
But right now, the body work, as you said, of Barkley, a real important weapon. That right did not even stop Duran. It landed perfectly. The real power of Barkley is probably in his left hook, although Tommy Hearns was nailed with a big right. Round 3 just about over. It's been an excellent round for Iran Barkley. Counter right over a lazy jab by Barkley, but he smiles at round in which Barkley had some excellent moments on the inside. And there's that right over the lazy jab of Barkley.
Hey, Duran is so smart. He just looks like...
There's a sinister look there, even now. And Duran comes out wailing away to the body in the fourth round. Good hook by Barkley. You talked about what a controlled fight Barkley is fighting, much more so than I think anyone anticipated from him.
Yes, he seems to really, you know, I've always said that once a guy becomes champion of the world, it automatically makes him like a 25% fighter. And I guess maybe they feel good, whatever it is, and he has good coaching, but he is a much improved fighter in this fight.
He looks better, period. And we've talked at length about...
low blow. Very low.
Duran complains to Joe Cortez.
And rightly so.
Who says lift him up, and it was rightly so. But I'm sure Iran Barkley's thinking to himself, he's complaining. Duran, the master of some extracurricular activities. But I'll tell you, Iran Barkley is committed to that body work, and it is really paying dividends for him so far in this bout.
Duran is going to have to use that right hand a little more.
Barkley pushing him off. Oh my. Combinations on the inside by both men. The right lands again.
Right hand again, and Barkley
hurt Iran Barkley, but when you hurt him, he seems to be more dangerous. It's been his track record. What a war. Uppercut on the inside by Barkley.
Watch him head. Watch him head.
Those are those short little combinations that Duran has to throw, but then he has to spin out and get out of there. He can't wait for the receipt.
Iran Barkley has followed his game plan perfectly, and yet Duran very competitive because he's so clever, throwing those counter right hands. We talked about the cuts, nothing like that developing over the eyes of Iran Barkley. He's got to be very heartened by that at this point.
Well, I wouldn't like to see either fighter get cut, Al.
No, and it's very good because there was the concern over Barkley cutting.
Al, this could be the round. It could be the big turning point in the fight because they're just staying there. Mano a mano, I guess. Huh?
Oh, what a right by Duran. They are both landing big shots. Who will go? Duran is now stunned. And this was later in the round when Duran had his moments.
You know, they talk about Duran having hands of stone. He's got a chin of stone. He got to hit some good shots right on the button.
Let's go, take us out. Come on, let's go. Boy, it must seem like deja vu to Iran Barkley. Here he is in a terrific war. He's from New York. We're in New Jersey. World title.
Big right hand by Barkley. And it did not faze Roberto Duran.
And it was followed by an excellent uppercut. Iran Barkley is landing major league punches and Duran's going nowhere. And now Duran countering well.
Two solid right hands by Duran. You know, this fight may wind up being who's the better catcher, not who's the better pitcher.
They're both pitching and they're both catching. Great body shot by Barkley. A strong jab by Iran Barkley. Everything's landing now, just about. That's the difference between Duran now and maybe 8 years ago. He never would have been hit with this many punches, but he's taking them. You see the sneer from Duran.
I just don't believe this man.
It's astonishing he's taking these punches from Barkley because, let me tell you folks, Iran Barkley is a good middleweight puncher. No, he's an excellent middleweight puncher. Big right on the inside by Barkley.
Good combination, a left hook, right hand. And Roberto, as you say, is doing a lot of catching, but he hasn't been wobbled.
Ironically, Barkley is probably following their game plan to a T, and yet Duran is still there. I'm sure they thought if he did all this, Duran would fold. We're in round 5, and it's been fought at a torrid pace right from the first round. Duran going to the body. As we conclude round 5, again the crowd picks up the chant of Duran's name. Big right by Duran.
Working the entire 3 minutes, and Roberto is throwing beautiful showy combinations, but not enough of them in my opinion.
The judges we might be from Italy and Dave Brown from Canada.
Barkley works and works.
He's been the more active of the two, which is not to suggest that Duran hasn't been active. This may be the most punches Duran has thrown in the fight in years.
You know, Al, I just can't believe that this is the same guy that won the lightweight championship of the world for my fighter, Kenny Buchanan, in 1972.
Long time.
Good left hook by Roberto Duran, and now he's fighting for the middleweight championship.
In 1989. And along the way, boy, there have been some ups and downs for him. And of course, he fluctuates in weight so badly. Back in October, Roberto Duran may have weighed as much as 190 pounds. And look at him now, he's 156, obviously in great fighting shape, and battling on fairly even terms with Barkley.
You know, I talked to him right after this fight with marvelous Marvin Hagler, and it was a very, very close fight after 12 rounds. And he told me, he says, I just got tired in those last couple of rounds. And the same thing happened to him with Robbie Sims. But now he seems to be in better condition. He's a little lighter. I just don't know if he can keep this pace up for an entire 12-round fight.
And, of course, the question of all that body punching that Barkley has done, what effect will it have as we head into the later rounds? This round, probably the slowest of the fight, even though there's still been a lot of offense shown.
This round has been all Barkley up to this point, though, Al.
Yeah, he's throwing more combinations, working the body, still using that jab effectively. And so if we thought he was tired after the last round, he's shown us a second wind here. And now Duran pushing his punches a little bit. Barkley digging to the body as he has been throughout this bout. That'll do. Known as one of the best cut men in the business. Percy Richardson, one of the other great cut men, also here tonight, working with some of the Olympians. He did a good job of closing it. Round 7 action. Set for 12. The WBC Middleweight Championship. The champion Iran Barkley ripping.
Good left hook by Roberto Duran.
Duran landing on the inside. So is Barkley. They took a little time off in the 6th, although Barkley certainly didn't. Duran came out hard here in the 7th. Could this be his last stand in this bout?
He's so smart, though, inside. Barkley just fires, but Duran knows what he's doing. He moves around.
What a hook by Barkley.
And a good right hand by Duran.
The fact that Barkley is cranking up those hooks and landing like that, and Duran is not being staggered, really is amazing.
Well, as I say, this may wind up being the guy who can catch better.
The crowd starts to chant again. Even if it's not a home crowd for Duran when it starts, like Ali and some of the other greats like Sugar Ray Leonard, it always ends up being a home crowd for him. Barkley using the uppercut, that's been a real good weapon for him.
Duran slipped 6 consecutive punches that time. Just what beautiful boxing.
He's a master at defense. That's always been one of his trademarks. Excellent right hand. That one stunned Barkley, I think.
Barkley answered with a vicious left hook to the body, and Duran came back. He's nailing Barkley with some big punches now, Al.
What an uppercut by Barkley after Duran hit him with big shots. Nothing is phasing Roberto Duran. What a double left hook by Barkley. Duran holding on.
He's hurt, Al. First time in a fight, he's really hurt.
Can he weather this storm? Duran is hurt. He was hurt with 2 left hooks. Round 7 has been a classic.
Just about every round in this fight has been a classic.
That's true. Crowd trying to pump up Duran. How much is left in that 37-year-old body? That's what Iran Barkley's wondering.
He's blowing now, Barkley.
Why not? Oh, right hand again by Duran over a very lazy jab by Barkley. Nothing comes easy to Iran Barkley, and it's not coming easy tonight.
Watch your heads inside.
Right misses by Barkley. 3 straight left hooks by Barkley. 2 to the body and 1 to the head. And Duran still responds. Oh, that hurt him. Duran in trouble from the left hook.
Everything but his heart is in trouble, Al. Look at this Duran fire back.
Can Barkley take him out? Duran doing a wonderful job of tying him up on the inside and slipping punches and landing his own uppercut.
He's so smart, Al. He knows inside he's protecting himself, relaxing, trying to clear his head.
If there is a smarter fighter around than Roberto Duran, it would be unlikely. The Barkley left hook has been such a good weapon the last 2 rounds, and that one really stunned Duran, but Roberto is surviving so far.
You know, I just never count Roberto Duran out, but it looks to me like he's pushing his punches now, Al.
He's lost something, that's for sure. Again, the hook by Barkley.
But a nice move before the hook. Stepped over to the right, came back with the hook. Barkley's shown me a lot of improvement as a fighter tonight. Win or lose.
Perhaps Iran Barkley's best effort, you could make the case.
I would absolutely have to say so.
Against an obviously rejuvenated Duran.
And Barkley made Duran miss that time and then nailed Duran with the left hook.
Good body work by Barkley. He is remembering his game plan. Keeping his poise and still doing the things that have made him effective in this bout.
Then a little step over to the right now. There it is again by Barkley. Getting an angle on Roberto.
Big right by Barkley, but Duran lands his own right. Round 8 action.
Come on, get him out.
Action is the operative word.
Duran just will not stop. Those short little punches are very, very effective inside.
Under a half minute left to go in the 8th round, a round in which Duran was hurt early and has survived.
Duran is starting to push his punches a little bit now, but they are landing.
Again, the body work by Barkley. An uppercut.
He's shown us almost every punch in his arsenal tonight. And still, Duran will not fall.
Yes, I would have to say that this is a tough fight, and it's a fight that you have to watch because anything can happen. But point-wise, I have Barkley comfortably ahead.
Will the reputation of Roberto Duran mean anything to the judges, though? A question to be asked.
That's what gave me gray hair when I was managing and training fighters. It's not supposed to mean anything, you know?
But then remember the judge that had Sugar Ray Leonard 7 points ahead against Hagler at the end of that fight.
Wasn't that the judge that Hagler's people selected?
Yes, amazingly so. Good right by Duran.
There's not as much snap on Duran's punch now, though.
You're right, he's pushing it more. Halfway through the 9th round, scheduled for 10. Right hand by Barkley, but Duran comes with his own left hook.
Come on, work out of there. Come on, work out of there.
I just get the sense somehow that Duran can take a better punch right at this moment in the fight than Iran Barkley. If Duran landed a big clean punch, I think it would have a big effect on Iran because he's tired. Good work.
Good straight right hand. Barkley backs up and takes a right hand. He may be in a little bit of trouble.
Well, you can see he's really, he's composed, but he's tired, no question. I mean, he should be.
And he goes to the body again. I am amazed that in this 9th round, Duran has taken the body punishment he's taken, and he's still there.
You know, you see these kids fight the amateurs, they fight 3 rounds, and they train hard, and they get tired. The reason that Duran is able to do what he's doing, he's so relaxed in the ring. He's so comfortable in there.
Half a minute left to go in this 9th round. A strange footnote to this fight is this is only the 2nd time in his long pro career that Roberto Duran has fought in Atlantic City. Alien territory to him, but he's still got his fans, as you've heard throughout this bout.
And they came through the snowstorm to be here.
I bet you they did, to fill this arena. Round 9 is ending, perhaps Duran's best round in the last 5 or 6. But the difference here is that Barkley has done much better work in this bout, and is probably ahead, but it could be academic the way they're wailing away.
It almost looks as if Roberto Duran has got a 2nd or 3rd win. Where he got it from, I don't know.
I haven't a clue. With the punishment he's taking from Iran Barkley, both to the body and the head.
Watch for that right hand of Duran's.
When Barkley is lazy with the jab or misses with the hook, that's when the right hand comes across from Duran. We're in the 10th. It is scheduled for 12.
Duran has been landing with the left jab, believe it or not, against the taller guy.
And that was a punch that was dormant early in the fight. Now Duran getting it cranked up.
There's that right hand. And another one on a left hook.
And when he does that, Barkley reverts to his old form and wails away, which makes him even more susceptible to get hit with the counter punch. It's been a good 10th round for Duran. He cannot be underestimated, even at 37. I guess he's proven that to him.
All right, break out.
And every time there's a lull, that chant goes up.
Barkley's legs are starting to spread now.
Duran waited for 3 missed jabs by Barkley, and then landed an overhand right. Good right hand on the inside by Duran. It's been a remarkably clean fight from Duran. No headbutting, no elbows. But
big
boy,
right hand by Duran again.
All right, break out, break out.
There have been those. And round 10, a huge round for Duran.
Come on, get the down.
Again, the body work of Barkley. The low blow by Duran. Round 10. But remember, Duran was hurt very badly in the 2nd round. And by a left hook.
Now Duran threw that right hand with bad intentions. He had about as much snap on that as he's had on any right hand in the earlier rounds.
Ironically, after he was hurt in the 8th, Duran started his comeback in the 9th round, and in the last 3 has been excellent.
And now Barkley's back to that body again and back up to the head. You can't try to outthink Duran. He has to outbomb him, is what he has to do.
We're in the 11th. It's a 12-rounder, and it may go. Good hook downstairs by Barkley, and the jab, but nothing is phasing Duran right now.
Except that Barkley is scoring in this round now.
Hasn't been a bad round for Iran. We're halfway through. Who will win the second part of this round?
There's Duran setting to throw that right hand. I can see it from here.
He's looking for the lazy jab of Barkley. They trade hooks. The left eye of Barkley.
The left eye is almost closed, and he is showing signs of weariness. No question about that. There's a right hand and a left hook by Duran, and another big right hand by Duran.
Barkley may not be seeing the right hand, and yes, Duran is nailing him with it. They want Barkley on the inside, where he isn't going to be hit with that overhand right. Big right by Barkley. But again, the right by Barkley's in trouble. He's down. First knockdown of the fight.
How you feel?
Well, I can just feel that coming. Just feel it coming.
He's very wobbly. Another right hand by Duran.
Look at Duran go to work. And nice and relaxed and calm.
Remember, though, Iran Barkley has tremendous heart. He's been down before and gotten up. Only a few seconds remain here in the 11th. The first 2-point round of the fight. Barkley looking for his corner.
You got to
see the knockdown.
And you know, you have to remember the 10th could have been a 2-point round. There's that first right hand. There's the left hook, another right hand. And there's the big one, and down he goes. Right on the button.
From this 37-year-old in the 11th round.
I don't see how Barkley can recover from these shots and come back in this next round. We're talking about a surgeon operating on somebody. There's a surgeon for you.
The combination by Duran puts him down in the cobwebs.
Well, now it's up to Roberto Duran to have a good finishing round. And as we had mentioned, after the 9th round, if Duran won the last 3 rounds big, that he could get this fight.
And again, the right hand bounces off Barkley's head. Remember, they told Barkley the longer the fight goes, the better it is for us. It hasn't worked out that way.
Well, we noticed now, remember I mentioned, I said it looks like Roberto Duran got his 3rd win. Where he got it from, and I just felt he was stronger than Barkley going into those last few rounds.
He said he was in good shape. He looked excellent in his sparring sessions. He came in at a good weight, and yes, Roberto Duran's for real in this bout.
He's still going to have to land another big bomb, Al. He can't think that he has the fight won by any stretch of the imagination.
And interestingly, it's Barkley who's pressing the attack and landing in this round. There's not been a bad beginning in the 12th round for Barkley. This has been a round. That's the part he wants to win. He's landing right hands again.
He hurt Barkley again.
Now remember, even if he wins this round, there's no guarantee Duran will win a decision, but he'll be right there.
Oh, he goes outside there. Come on, work out there.
Early, Barkley was very effective. Duran started to come back in the middle rounds, especially by the 9th.
Combination by Duran. All 3 punches landed.
What about the heart of Barkley, though, Gil? He was so hurt. Here he is in the 12th.
Both these guys have tremendous heart. There's no question about that. But when Roberto Duran in those middle rounds looked like he was all out of it, we said the only thing he had left is heart. And boy, somehow he got that 2nd, 3rd win, whatever.
You know, with a minute left, Barkley's still landing good short punches. He landed a great short right hand that drove Duran back. This has not been a bad round for Barkley.
Let's just watch these last 45 seconds, Al.
It'll tell us a lot.
There's that big. Look at Barkley's legs. Doesn't have a leg under him. And look at Duran now. Dancing around, playing.
The jab by Barkley Can Duran afford to dance around, though? It's been a round that's very close. And the fight may be in the balance with only a little more than 20 seconds left. Barkley with the jab, and that's his best punch right now because he's pushing the hook in the right hand. It'll end, and it will be a classic war. Big right hand by Duran. This has been extraordinary.
What a big display.
Wow.
Tommy Kazmarek scores it 116 to 112 for the winner and new